Hey guys,
I'm Zama.
and I'm Lanzi, and welcome to Because We Said So. Welcome guys to another episode, favorite day of the week.
We are so back. The sun is shining. We're back up, guys. The weather in Johannesburg has been somehow for the past, I'd say like week actually.
That rainy shit.
Yes, it was raining, gloomy, and I hate waking up and then the day is just overcast.
Because I'm
just
gloomy inside. Just
Yes.
gloomy outside, I'm gloomy inside. I want us to shine like today.
Literally, summer just must be out, legs out, arms out,
Shoulders
out.
out. You can even see us in the energy today.
And we really do.
So it's been a good week. I can't complain. I don't lie to
Literally
you.
same. It's been such a good week.
Getting into pop culture, lots happening as per usual. First and foremost, Victoria's Secret happened recently. All the hot babes were on that stage modeling for their lives.
Yes.
Guys, if anything tells me to stop eating chocolate and stuff, no makuinya, it's that runway.
Yo, the girls look so
Chomi,
good.
the bodies that Candice Swanepoel waving that
Our
South
South
African
African
flag.
queen looked sensational.
Yo.
This year, though, they had like a lot of influencers and stuff included.
did.
How do you feel about
There was
it?
lots of discourse
There's
about
a
that.
lot of
It gave what
discourse.
people say about Met Gala with the influencers and then they
Yes.
stopped. It gave that. You know what? I don't think I care. If I'm
Really?
being honest.
Like
I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
Like, let the girls live out their dreams. Like, for someone like Quinwa, I think that's her name.
Yes, Queen.
I feel like for her, it's probably such a nice thing to experience. She's probably like, oh my God, it's like a blessing. So
Yes.
I don't feel like we should take that away from her because she's an influencer. I just think, whatever, Sana, she's
Also,
hot.
besides for that, her walk was so good. She looked so hot. I think everyone that they picked, also that other gymnastics girl,
Angel
Suni.
Reese. No.
But also Angel
Reese as well, yeah.
I think her name is Suni or Sunny, something like that. But she also walks the red, not the red carpet, the runway. She looked so good, and I like the fact that they use people from different, like sporting people,
Yes,
influencers,
yes.
a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The opening of the show was who?
Jasmine
Tooks.
Tooks. And she's the second black woman to open it
Really?
ever. The first was Naomi Campbell.
I was going to say, it had to be Naomi.
Of course,
It
it had
had
to
to be
be.
Naomi.
Jasmine is so
And she was
stunning.
pregnant, she's glowing. Yo, guys, I've seen Beauty before.
But that
was
a
a
discovery.
discovery.
How do you feel about the people on TikTok saying they don't like the diversity? It should just stick to the original
Model type.
type.
Listen, I honestly feel like it should be diverse because I
Yes,
feel like
but-
it's a better representation of the every woman. And also, my
Exactly.
thing is, I feel like Victoria's Secret probably wants to tap into different markets and not only focus it on one specific body type. The only way you're going to do that is if we see representation on the runway.
Exactly.
We need to see what you guys have got to offer. Do you
And
get what I'm
also,
saying?
it's representing the average woman.
100%.
And the average woman wants to tune in and feel represented. And I feel like even Victoria's Secret before, the runway hype fell off because people were like, we're tired of seeing the same people on the runway.
Exactly.
Then when they switched it up, people became more interested. So I feel
Exactly.
like it's the best thing they could have
And
done.
I think even with the diversity, number one, and then secondly, also adding people who like young women or just like we all look up to and that are influential people in their spaces, I think was also good because now it gets us tuned in. We want
Yes.
to see how Angel walks. We want to see how Quinn walked. Like we want to see the girls. So I
Exactly.
feel like they're doing a good job at keeping up with the times.
I agree. So shout out
Yeah.
to the hot girlies.
Shout out Victoria
Secret.
Secret. We're
Sunny
trying, but
Nan.
like, you know what? At the same time, you guys can have that one.
Yeah, no,
because,
literally.
damn, they can really hold that one.
No, those abs,
They can hold it.
they are bigger than me.
Because
Don't relax.
damn, I need to drink a little something
No,
every
for-
now and again. I need
Get
to have a
a
little
little
keke.
something.
Son, I need to sing.
I'm
Not
dead.
sing around.
Show me about body tea, don't worry.
Oh,
Moving on to, hey, Vanda, back to Tyler on this podcast. She's going to be on this podcast. We love her loads.
Literally.
Carisha, she's part of the City Girls. She said, so she has a song called Chanel, and Tyler's also releasing a song called Chanel tomorrow, actually. So she came on Twitter to say that Tyler has copied her song. And saying she played the song for Tyler and copied the song and beefing with her, whatever, fish paste. And obviously people on Twitter were like, no, she's not. Because first of all, there's so many songs about Chanel. Please, like Ghana has a song about Chanel. Did he copy you as well? I don't know. Also, Carisha's song hasn't even been released. It was a snippet that she's been playing for the past 365 days.
And that snippet doesn't bang.
So it doesn't bang, bro.
Like that snippet does not bang.
It doesn't bang.
Like,
And the songs don't sound the same.
they
That's my
don't sound
biggest thing.
anything alike. I feel like she's reaching so hard. I feel like she's also just looking for something to have a bit of relevancy because let's be honest,
Yeah.
what is she doing that's making noise right now?
Ooh.
Absolutely nothing. No offense.
No offense, but Carisha,
But it's so
ooh.
quiet for you. Like even even JT, I feel like her distancing herself from City
Was the
Girls
best
was the
thing.
best thing she could have done for herself, because really and truly, what motion does young Miami have?
I feel like the only thing she had was her podcast or talk show thing that she had.
phela kanjalo.
And Diddy.
But that's my point. Her whole thing had to do with a guy who was literally gonna go to jail
And
for
is in
some
jail
very
right now.
diabolical thing.
Exactly.
So how's about do something else and focus on your own stuff and stop alleging things that don't make sense? Because really, I feel like this whole incident has just made her look insane.
It has. And people even like, since you want to talk about Tyler and stuff, let's talk about the letter you wrote to the judge to defend
Let's
Diddy.
talk about the real things that you need to be concerned about. The
Let's
song that sounds
talk about
nothing
it.
like
Your
yours,
song.
even if you did play it for Tyler, well and good, it sounds nothing like that song you played for her.
Maybe Tyler was like, you know what? Maybe I want to make Raj a song about Chanel.
But
Who
like,
knows?
not this one, because
But
this one sucks. Do you get what I'm
They
saying?
don't sound alike at all. Like, please.
It doesn't make sense. Even when I watched the video she'd used that song in a video of her and Diddy in the Chanel shop. That
Take
video
me
is
to
whack.
Chanel.
The song is whack. Like, I'm so sorry to say, don't put Tyler's name in the same sentence as this whack stuff.
I don't want to lie to you.
Like, don't do that.
You're not even in the same level as her. Tyler's a global superstar.
Like, don't do that. You
So-
literally, that's offensive to Tyler at this point.
Maybe get back in the booth, Bali Food.
No, don't
something.
get into the booth. I'm saying. Stay out.
Do you know that song where she was like, Buenas noches?
No, I don't
Where
know that one.
she rhymed roaches with Buenas noches.
Like, please.
I said,
Leave the
"Yeah,
booth
Miami."
alone. In fact, focus on the card game. Remember she had that card game that she was
Yes.
doing? Do that card game. Although, have you seen the questions that were on the card game were diabolical?
That's some risky stuff.
They were diabolical. So maybe even pick something else, Queen.
I don't
But
know
like,
what she needs to
damn.
do. Maybe she must just be a socialite.
Yes, be a socialite. Focus on Ingane and stuff. Like,
Oh my gosh, she's a mom.
She's a
Actually,
mommy.
I always forget about that.
she's a mommy. And I
Anyway,
love
shout
that
out to
for her.
Tyler. We'll be listening Exas.
Yes, we will definitely be honored, Queen.
Anyway, moving on to back to Twitter. So there was a bit of drama with the saying no DNA, just RSA. So I'm gonna read it because I don't want to say the wrong thing. So it's someone on Twitter. I don't want to say her name. So basically when we want to qualify for the World Cup, shout out to Bafana Bafana. Woo!
Shout out
We
Bafana.
qualified. We will be there. Shout out finally. Jeez Louise. So anyway, people on Twitter were congratulating us saying, you know what, no DNA, just RSA. So she then commented and she was like, totally off topic, but I really wish we could change the slogan to only RSA in the DNA so it could make more sense. Then someone said, makes so much sense, I guess. Then she responded and said, Angie's 30% do not agree. Then it was a whole discourse on the TL.
Hey, Nipageme.
And all because of a slogan, which I want to add. This all derives from Trump saying, what did he say? They tested my blood and there was no DNA. There was USA. So he said that then obviously South Africans, we freaked it to match ours and we're running with it. It was not supposed to make sense. It's a slogan. It's not supposed to be a logical thing. Anyway.
But also, why are you trying to be different and nitpick at something that we all love and are all saying and we obviously all get it. That's all that matters. Like, it's not that important. And again, saying a comment like, Angie's 30% don't agree. Upageme, you're trying to say that you're so smart, you're so this because you know how to grammatically say it correctly.
Yes.
Like, baby girl, calm down.
It's
like,
very
everyone,
condescending.
it's very condescending. We all went to school. We all know that it's just a hyperbole. It's fine. Like, it's okay.
Why
This
are
is
we
how
nit-
slogans
have some
happen.
fun,
Have some
loosen
fun,
up.
loosen up, chill, take a chill pill.
No,
And
literally.
the thing is, I would even get it if she was like, no, guys, like I was just saying, it's not. No, you're standing 10 toes
She stood
down
on that
to
business.
be like, no, you guys are actually really stupid. That's the problem. That's why you guys don't get it. Like, let's also be for real.
And people will also-
can't ever be that.
It can never be that deep. And people also bring up the race thing to say she's kind of targeting almost the black people by saying Angie's 30% because I think she's colored or mixed race. So it ended up being this whole thing whereas she could have just said, guys, sorry, I was just trying to make it a logical thing, but I get it now. We're having fun. No,
But it goes back to that thing where I was saying in a previous episode that I just don't vibe with people who every single time when someone or people like something, you have to point out and nitpick something about it to be like, no, but actually, this is not actually in the English language. It's not correct. Da, da, da. Shut up. Like,
Oh my
it's
God, have
okay.
fun.
It's literally fine.
Yeah.
Everyone likes saying it like that. Like, even if let's say it made absolutely no sense. It's fine though.
So what you know what we mean.
It's
So
literally for a unity to bring the country together, a slogan that unites us. Why are you trying to divide
it's
us?
that thing of like,
Sifuna ukuba united.
oh, come on.
I mean,
And also, like, it's that thing of wanting to be woke so bad. Like, I've noticed a lot of people just like being woke and being like, you guys are saying this, but I'm saying this. Congratulations, happy birthday.
I wouldn't
like,
even say it's woke. It's more so you just ufuna ukushayina ngabanye abantu. You're just trying to show what's, oh, I know so good English. What a fish face. Like, okay, what do you want? A gold star? Like, what do you want us to do
no, that's
now?
what they want.
Where to from here?
Congratulations, happy birthday.
We're really, really proud of you. Sometimes you have to think about a tweet and leave it in the drafts. That's the most important thing.
Tell
you
a
can
friend.
Do. Read it and say, you know what? How important is this to share with the general public? Not that important.
Not that important.
Leave it in them drafts.
And
I have so many tweets in my drafts that I'm just like, you know
what?
It. Sometimes you don't need to share this with people. No. Like, it's a conversation that you can just have in your head.
I tell a friend, I tell my sister, like, we don't have to share it on social media platforms. Because also now it became a ripple effect where people were searching her LinkedIn, now teasing her, saying, see, this is why you're speaking like this. People started now nitpicking her actual life, and was it necessary? Now you're kind of getting like bullied.
Yes, and not to say that that's okay, but my point is once you start the nitpicking thing, unfortunately, like, other people are willing to go lower. Once you start insulting people and saying Angie's 30%, other people are going to go lower.
Exactly.
That's why sweet kala into that you can't finish. Like,
and what about South Africans, they'll take it there.
They will always take it there, which is not actually good, actually, in all circumstances.
I mean, it's not.
Sometimes it's
justice.
Like, whoa. Put the tools down.
Yeah.
But like, you also have to be open to it when you're sharing. You're trying to be that girl on the internet and trying to correct everyone, trying to be a red pen on Twitter.
Now, take that L you lose, as I always say every week.
Yeah, bro.
But anyway, hopefully it's a learning curve for her. Guys, just keep saying no DNA. I mean, no DNA, just RSA.
Yes,
it's okay.
That's our thing. And we get it. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. Period.
Speaking of South Africa, we have Miss South Africa 2025 taking place this Saturday. But before we get into the actual pageant, we wanted to speak about all the drama and confusion surrounding the pageant this year. So first and foremost, the pageant was delayed this year. Usually it happens in August, but this year it's happening in October. So according to Miss South Africa, they're saying it's because they want to ensure greater alignment with international and other global events, as well as there's been internal changes such as the CEO, Stephanie Whale, stepping down. So obviously now different people are making decisions and all of that, which has affected how it's going to happen this year. As a result, it's also affected us making it to Miss Universe. So we've now lost the license. Well, Miss SA has lost the license for getting the winner going to Miss Universe. So now there's Miss Universe South Africa. This is the part where I'm a little confused, but based on the research that I've done, there's Miss Universe South Africa, which is where it's specifically for someone to qualify to go to Miss Universe, since Miss SA doesn't have the license anymore, which the winner was crowned yesterday. Yes. Her name is, what is her name? I don't want to get it wrong. Melissa Naimuli is.
Congrats,
she's been
Melissa.
crowned. Congrats to Melissa. She apparently was one of the contestants for 2023's Miss SA. Yes. Okay. So basically, they go back to those people, and then out of those people, she was crowned the winner to represent us in Miss. That's why there's no actual.
Okay, that's interesting because I was wondering when the pageant actually happened.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's no actual pageant. They go back to those girlies and then out of them, I guess they choose. I don't know based on what. That's the part I couldn't find. But she's basically going to represent us in Miss Universe.
Period.
So essentially, they're still going to be Miss SA, but they're now not doing it for the purpose of
going
qualifying to Miss Universe. So it kind of feels like, so what's happening? What's the point? Like, it just feels disorganized and all over the place this year.
Yes.
Kind of feels like it's not even happening.
Yes,
really.
It feels very rushed. And I guess like those are the reasons the CEO stepping down. Maybe they're just going through a transitional phase this year. But I feel like we also need to normalize sometimes giving it a rest for 1 year so that you can come back bigger and better, because I feel like the standard of the pageant is so high. When we watch it every single year to see the level of excellence that they have to offer when it comes to how they organize it, who's going to be presenting, They have really great presenters this year. Though Pam is presenting.
Shout out to Pam.
And Nomalanga as well, which is really, really nice. We're getting a different change. But I feel like they could have just taken 1 year off just to find their footing again, since the CEO is changing and like whatever changes they need to go through, so that next year they can keep the standard. Because I feel like it's dropped so much this year to the point where I'm like, it feels like it's a whole different pageant.
Exactly. It doesn't even feel like Miss SA.
And I feel like it doesn't do justice to the women that have applied for 2025.
That's
the sad
it's
part.
unfair now.
Yes, because even I know for the people that are going to the actual final pageant where we're gonna see them walk and all that, there's only 9 people going. The last one dropped out. Yeah, dripped out, which I think is fair. If I found out that they're not taking them to Miss Universe, I wasn't gonna participate
because that's
either.
my goal at the end of the day.
And I think it's a lot of people's goals. To be fair, some people, I guess, will just want to do their advocacy in South Africa, which is also still good. That's not to take away that from anything. But also, when you enter pageants, it is because you want to represent your country on a global stage. Like, that's kind of the point.
And also just the standard of the pageant itself. I want to be part of the Miss SA I grew up watching.
Yes, the one
this new one, because it kind of now feels like I'm part of the guinea pig round, like where the new CEO or whoever steps in is the one figuring it out. Ngami.
Yes, if they even have, maybe they don't even have one yet. Money acting or whatever.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm saying, like, it's not doing justice to the girls that are thinking now. And I don't know what the reason why that last contestant dropped out. But even if it was because of she saw the discrepancies between this year and last year, I would say that is so fair. Because at the end of the day, like, nah, this is not the Miss SA we know and love, Sana. This
exactly.
I don't actually think I will be watching. I'm lying.
Show me.
I actually don't.
I'll
think
probably
I will be
see
watching.
like on the TL.
Yes,
like,
because I just feel like I'm gonna be underwhelmed, and I don't want to be underwhelmed. And we literally grew up watching this pageant.
That's
guys.
my
like,
thing.
It was literally like a thing. South Africans knew we're watching Miss SA. This is the thing. I feel like it's gangane every year. The standard is dropping. So I hope next year they can come back bigger and better. Sana.
Yeah, I agree. But also, like, even though they didn't take a break, the delay should have given them more time to plan.
This is
I
what
don't
I'm saying.
know.
How you having a delay? Something as small as their individual photo shoots. I think it's for the top 10. The photo shoots are so... They
Not
just look like
professional.
not professional. It looks like someone just took everyone's photos and said all the best.
Said me?
Which is
No, I'm a
nice.
contestant.
I literally saw someone do a side by side on Twitter. Like before, it would be everyone is going to have like a black backdrop. Everyone's wearing turtlenecks, face beats, hair done. This year, Sana say whatever picture you submitted. Or
And
some
that's what
people,
you
it
get.
looks like they even took like a video screenshot and then cut out
What
the
is
tracery
happening?
out and said.
Maybe the
on the
CEO left with the
thingy.
budget, so they couldn't get
It's
a proper
giving that. I
photographer.
don't want to lie to you.
I think so, because
and that's just sad. That's what I'm saying. Take a break, take a breather. 1 year,
take a Kit Kat.
Yes.
Also,
because you're not going to Miss Universe, so
yeah,
it's fine.
what's the point?
Take a break.
And even like this year, I feel like the social media build-up is also flat.
Swag.
No, guys. This year,
Guys?
I think let's see you guys next year. This year,
I swear.
you guys can do it in like beautiful gowns, but we'll see you next year.
Should they're doing it this year on Saturday, so they
There's
can't
nothing
even
we can do.
postpone. But honestly, all the best to the ladies that are
Yeah.
participating. I guess we will speak about it next week to announce
Who
the
the
winner to you
winner
guys.
is.
But yeah, it's just very unfortunate. But you know what? All the best to the one who is going to Miss Universe. Shout out
Oh
to
yeah,
her.
shout out Melissa.
Yes,
represents
Melissa
us,
represents us
queen.
well.
She's stunning. You.
We cannot wait to see what you do, Queen. But guys, we're going to move on to the topic of this week. Topic of this week is mean girls. I feel like it's been quite a big topic on social media as of late, specifically Twitter. We'll get into that one a bit later because kuningi into my one. But I wanted us to start off by just saying what comes to mind when we think of a mean girl or how the mean girl is represented. Because I feel like obviously everyone has had an experience with a mean girl, I feel like, in their lives.
Yeah.
And there's also representations that you see on social media, movies, whatever, different ways that mean girls are kind of portrayed and like different connotations that go with them. So when you think of a mean girl, what do you think?
For me, when I think of a mean girl, I think of someone who is miserable and they wanted to be miserable with them. Ufuna ube group work and ngirazi mampintsha. But anyway, not about me. I feel like it's just misery and you're trying to invite everyone to your misery.
Yeah.
I also think it's someone who is insecure, someone who's unhappy as well. I feel like if you're a mean girl, you are someone who's unhappy and you haven't done the internal work to realize that maybe I should look within myself before I look at the other girls and say mean things about them. And also I think as well, it's also wanting to feel like you're better than someone else sometimes, like having your nose up in the air makes you feel good for some people, I don't know, to degrade another woman makes you feel good. So yeah, that's what I'd say. Just someone who wants to shine.
Yes, I agree. I think for me, someone who's bully adjacent, low key.
Yeah.
Because I feel like bullying and meanness, they have my hand
I feel
in
like
hand.
it's the same
Kinda,
thing.
it is the same. Also for me, a large thing for me, specifically at this age that I'm at, when I see mean girls, it just gives immature to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, umdala and you're still mean. Like that's is
crazy.
diabolical. Like, not to even justify it, but I would expect it more so from kids to be like mean. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like it's something, even when they are kids, maybe I can understand it more because I'm like, okay, maybe it's kind of influenced by the surroundings that you grew up in. Maybe your mom is mean to you or your family is just a culture of mean people. So that's why you end up being mean to people that you don't know. But like, I'm expecting you by at these ages that we had to have outgrown it.
Wrap
at the very
it up.
least, like,
Wrap it up. Especially because as when you're a kid, you're still figuring yourself out. You don't know everything right from wrong. You know most
100%.
things right from wrong based on what your parents
you're
teach
still
you.
learning.
But you're still learning. So you probably don't know. I don't know in grade 9 that I'm being a mean girl.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But obviously as I grow older, I know you don't say this to someone, it hurts their feelings, etc.
And you learn about tones, how to speak to people.
Exactly. Especially someone like now, whatever. Even though respect should be across all ages, but you know what I mean?
Yes.
But when someone is older and mean, it's extra disappointing because it's like, so what work have you done this entire time? Are you proud of who you are? Do you even know
Are you
you're mean?
happy with yourself?
Are you happy with yourself?
Are you?
Do you even know you're mean? And also, another thing I want to say, anyone who's mean to me, I immediately assume you've done no self-development at all. You're not a self-aware person as well, because you have to be self-aware to know the type of person that you are. And also, I feel like people do like comment on your personality as you grow up as a person.
It's a
to say,
thing,
so people say, oh, Lanzi, you know what, you're such a sweetheart, like you're so kind. Or Lanzi, you need to be more stern because you're too soft. You know what I mean? So at some point it's going to come across to you that maybe I'm not the kindest, or maybe I need to fix my tone on something. So you'd hear that and work on it. So I feel like if you're not someone if you're a mean person rather, and you haven't worked on it, you're not someone who can be told, or someone who's open to criticism, or someone who's done any internal work as well.
But I feel like for the most part, it's people who haven't heard that feedback that you're talking about to say, like, people haven't actually told them, like, listen, bro, you have a problem with how you speak to people. You always are giving jealous energy. You giving off insecure vibes. Like, people haven't said that to that person. So that's why they feel like, okay, everything is great with them. Because I feel like some people are enabled by their communities and their peers. Like, in the sense that maybe also your peers are also not good people. And maybe your peers are also mean girls. So no one is calling out the next person to say, listen, bro, like the way that you speak to people is a little bit effed up. Like, you need to also check yourself in those areas. Or even can be like the parents or your mom, whatever, doesn't tell you that. Actually, you're kind of a bitch sometimes. Like, you actually need to work on that because it doesn't land well with other people as well.
I feel like it can be two sides of the coin, because there's also mean girls that I know of where I've been in situations where I know they've been told, or I've told them that wasn't so nice, or like the way you speak to people can be a little bit off-putting sometimes, but you become the bad person. It can be it goes back to what I was saying, because you haven't done the self-work. You think I'm being mean to you, or you think, oh, Lanzi's so negative, or Lanzi, that's when they cut you off. You start being friends, or they start being like, oh, Lanzi, this and that, right? So I think there are some people who are in denial of it, or receive it as you're actually being the one who's mean to me, or
but
that's
what I mean? 100% I hear you. But I feel like that also then goes back to just immaturity, not being able to internalize information and actually do a little introspection every now and again. Because I feel like, again, this is not to put the onus on other people to let you know that you mean. Because that's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm just saying that some people who, from a young age, if you're not corrected, because you know, like, everything is learned behavior, to be honest. Like, most things are, you learn these things as you grow up. And if people don't correct you, you're going to now learn that, okay, I'm always right about everything. Everyone is just trying to get me. You grow up with a defensive mindset. So now you don't internalize what people say, because from time, you just were told, you were never told. And also, people could never tell you that, by the way, like, no. This is how you are. This is how you are.
And even sometimes, like, when you do experience mean girls or whatever, and then you experience their parents or whoever
it makes sense.
It'll literally make sense. You'll be like, oh, that's why.
Yes,
so,
but
it makes sense
like
because
that.
at the end of the day, it is from your upbringing, what your mom teaches you. Because if your mom doesn't tell you, how are you going to
know that? Yeah,
so you're just going to roll through life.
But in the same breath, like, you cannot know that saying but once you grow up, and I feel like that's why it's important to go through, to be in these different spaces, like varsities, workplaces, whatever. I feel like that's when you really, life will teach you and will humble you quickly. Even if you are a person who is mean, life will teach you sometimes that, sweetie, no one gives a shit about that your parents didn't teach you this, that, and the third, but it's not going to run here at work or in this environment or in this place. And I feel like people learn sometimes the hard way that being mean is not going to take you far, sweetie. Bye.
Yes, and also, like, going back to the parents thing, like, I feel like just in general, if there's something that you're a victim of as a result of your parents and it's affected your character or how you are as a person, when you grow up, it's now your responsibility to work on said things. You can't have the victim mentality of, or my mom was like this, or my dad was like this. Yes, I sympathize with you. I hear you. Yeah. Obviously, there's different contexts. But unfortunately, when you become an adult, it becomes your responsibility to unlearn those things, apply those things, so you can become a better person, a more respectful person. You can't be the woe is me. for the rest of your life. I'm 45 and I'm still saying, my mom was a mean girl.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that, so let me fix that so I'm different to her.
100%. You have to take responsibility for your life when you get older. Like, your parents can only be responsible for so much, because once you know better, you should be able to do better. Period. So I'm gonna ask, how do you feel like mean girlism manifests in the different spaces that we're in now, like workplace, social media, all those different areas? Because I feel like that is when also you get to see the real mean girls and the people that have not done the self-work and the introspection that we're talking about. When you get to the workplace and you think this is the platform for you to be mean, you think we're your friends and stuff.
And you think we care.
You think we care. Yeah.
And we don't. I feel like in our industry especially, it's a hierarchy thing. From what I've noticed, it's mostly the OG influencers are usually the ones that are the mean girls to the newer influencers.
But don't you feel like that's in most industries?
True.
Because
I guess I'm saying specific to
us,
my experience. Yeah, is usually the older girls are the ones that look down on you, or like, you new here, you don't even go here. Fresh meat. So it kind of feels like they first sizing you up. Because I'll say, like, early days of my job when I go to events, the older girlies, the OGs, they were still like, anyway, whoever you are, right? Now, because I've been in the industry longer and it's kind of like I've proven myself, now they're like, hey, Lancy, good to see you. And I'm like, a few years ago, you didn't even want to look at me.
Yeah.
Why? Because now I qualify and I've earned my place when it comes to your life and your hierarchy. So I feel like that's another big thing with mean girls. It's almost like they wait for you to prove yourself or to be worthy of the space.
Yeah.
Then I can acknowledge you. But if you're still new or whatever, then I'm not giving you the time of day.
Yeah.
Which is kind of insane because I'm just a girl, Bandla. And if anything, you should be welcoming me into the space as the big sis to say, this is what to look out for as the big sis. This is what to look out for if you want to work with bigger brands. This is what you should do. Whichever workspace that you're in, it should be more of a big sis, little sis advice.
But do you know what I feel like also creates that kind of competition and pits girls against each other? Because I think that's kind of what the bottom line is. It's like, you feel like I'm stepping into your territory and there's something that I'm going to take away from you. Whereas I feel like a big component of people that are mean girls is there's a level of insecurity that you hold.
Yeah.
And that's why you feel threatened by me walking into a space. Whereas if you were confident and self-assured within yourself, me walking into a space should not move you. If you're sure about what you're doing and you're sure about what you bring to the table and you are confident within yourself, me, the next person, you should just be like, oh, this is Zama, she's in her own lane, she's doing her own thing.
Yes.
I'm doing my own thing, I'm good at what I do, wada fish-based. Her coming in should be a situation of me opening her, like welcoming her in with open arms, because what does her success do to mine?
Hello.
Do you get what I'm saying?
And if anything, like it should be something that I'm celebrating or happy about, to say, oh my God, my industry is growing, or there's a fellow black woman in my
who's
space
occupying
this space. There's more people that look like me in my space. It shouldn't be competition or, oh, someone else is going to get all the campaigns and I'm not. You know what I mean? So I completely agree. It's more an insecurity-based thing.
And even in, how do you feel like it manifests just in social settings? Because I feel like that is when you feel it the most. I guess, like, yes, you feel it in the workplace because you're at work all the time. But I feel like when you're in social spaces, it really manifests more when there's alcohol, music, boys involved, when there's men involved. Sections, all those different things that really are the tools that people kind of use to size others up and to decide whether they're going to treat them well or not, which is insane. I feel like that's when it really shows and manifests the most.
I agree. Like, I think I've touched on this before in the podcast to say, for example, even with like groove culture, you walk into a section, people are sizing up to say, what bag is she carrying? What's her hairstyle? Who does she know in the section?
Who is she? How many followers does she have?
Exactly, because most of the time when you walk into the section, for example, it'll be, we don't know her. Then maybe they see me greet a certain celebrity. Then it's like, oh she does go here. Then it's like, oh, they maybe find out that she has this many followers. Then it's, hey girl, how are you? Oh, so now you want to speak
now
to
I deserve respect from you.
Because now I deserve respect from you. Not because I'm just a human being and we're all girls in this place. No, and it manifests, even like at events and stuff where you want to mingle with certain girls, but it's like, I don't really know you, so I'm not going to talk to you much. And especially events where I'm not +1, I'm here by myself, so I want to mingle with the girls. You end up gravitating to the girls that you used to, because the other girls are kind of like, But are you uncomfortable in the area?
I feel like though Joburg is so notorious for that. Like,
Yeah, that is Joburg.
It is Joburg, because when I was drawing contrast between Cape Town and Joburg, I feel like when I was in Cape Town, it was so much more like people are more welcoming. People are more like, yeah, to me, I don't want to lie to you.
I really like, I've seen a lot
specifically the black girls. I felt like they were.
I didn't live there, but I feel like a lot of people on social media were saying that Cape Town, like girlies aren't as nice. And I remember
really hasn't been my
experience of Cape Town. I always felt like Cape Town was very cliquey. So, but then I experienced Joburg and I'm like, is it an area thing or is it just the circles that you're around?
I think it is a people thing.
It's more a people thing.
I think it's a people thing because I'll be honest, like even in Cape Town events, I never used to get into a space and feel like, oh, I can't go up to speak to someone. Everyone was kind of open and the body, it's something as small as your body language was just open. Here, everyone is looking at you like, okay, you're walking up to them, they're looking like they can't see you.
Before you even greet them.
Yes, people are looking at you like they can't see you. It's just like weird energy. Maybe you saw them at last week's event, you're seeing them this week, now they don't know you anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? So I felt like those are the differences that I felt between the two spaces. But I was going to ask, like, what do you feel like are the innate characteristics of the adult mean girls? In terms of, we spoke about insecurity, we feel like they're insecure. I feel like there's also an element of jealousy a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Specifically, if you look at like workplaces, social settings, a lot of the times, really the reason that you're being mean to the next person is because maybe you want something that they have, or maybe they present to be maybe more pretty, more this, more that. They have something that you want.
Yes.
And so that's why you just decided, okay, instead of for me to ask a baby girl, how do I? You decide
to get to your level.
A mean girl.
And it is that. It's like they mean to you because you're the girl that they want to be. Oops, sorry to say. So instead of being inspired by that person, you're like, let me be mean to tear them down so they don't feel so confident in that position that I'm dying to be in.
Or you feel like they're not on your level. So it's kind of an element of classism, or like, what do you call it? Yeah, classism.
Classism, I'd say.
Yeah.
Or like superiority complex.
Yeah, superiority complex. You feel like you're better than them for whatever reason. Because really and truly, a lot of the times you'll also experience mean girl behavior from people who don't know you from Adam. So really and truly, like, what is this based off of? It can't be based off of a lot because you actually don't know me.
Exactly.
So
even like people that are mean girls based on like materialistic things.
Yes.
People forget that we can all get those things. 100%. Maybe I don't have it today. I don't have the Birkin
but I
today.
Can get it.
One day I might have it though. Then what? Are you going to be nice to me? Probably. So it's kind of sad that people use their items or what they have to
decide how they should treat people.
Yes, not based 100%. On your character and who you are as a person, which is more long-lasting and what's more important. It's about what you went into the stove and bought. The same thing I can do if I want to. Do you know what I mean? Because also some things people forget. Some things are a choice, is what I wanted to say. Is, for example, maybe the next girl, she's not into designer. Sorry that I'm using that excuse. I mean, that example so much, but that's what the mean girls do. But maybe I'm somebody who's not as into designer as you, right? And you love it and you have all the items. So you might look at me and be like, oh, she's a small girl. She doesn't have designer. What if
a small girl? That's
but they love to say you're a small girl. Sorry, a big girl.
Big girl.
You're a big girl
big
for
mama's
me.
house.
So they'll be like, oh, Lancy's a small girl. She doesn't have this. Lancy doesn't care about that. Do you know what I mean? Lancy likes other things. What's important to her is other things. She's not trying to get the latest bag, the latest
even
item.
If she can't afford luxury bags, does that mean she deserves disrespect?
Exactly.
Does she deserve disrespect from me because I don't have a Louis Vuitton bag? Is that what qualifies someone as a person who is worthy of respect? Exactly. So I was going to ask, while we are on that topic, how do you feel like you've handled and dealt with mean girls in the industry, socially, whatever? Because I feel like the best thing that you can do to a mean girl is pay them dust. Yep. Because they're dying for attention and dying to kind of feel that they've made you feel small.
Yes.
I feel like that's the biggest... That's what gives them their kicks, to make them see, she's tatazeling, or I've made her feel small, or now I feel like I own the space, or I'm in control, because at the end of the day, she's beneath me, so whatever the case is. So how do you feel like you handle them?
I feel like completely agree. I feel like for me, the best way I handle it is one, to be myself, because I think I'm great
and
you are.
And
I'm not going to let a stranger or another person dim my lights because they are uncomfortable. Sorry, you're just going to have to be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So I feel like in a lot of the times when I've been in situations like that, I stay being myself because clearly something about me is bothering you. So let me keep bothering you.
Because let me put salt on the wound.
Let me put salt on that wound. It's about right, baby girl.
Yes.
So I think just don't fold. Stick to who you are. Have fun. they will get used to. They'll be
I
fine.
100% agree with that. I was also going to say, like, what you need to never do is let someone else take you out of your character.
Yes.
Because they're being mean and whatever the case is, don't stoop to their level. I know it's hard because obviously when someone comes at you with snacks energy, you want to just be like,
Yeah, sometimes I will say I'll meet you where you're at.
yeah, but that's the thing is sometimes, yes, sure. But I feel like in most cases, you shouldn't let other people take you out of your character. You need to also be like, you know what? Someone else being mean to me shouldn't change me and make me into a mean person when I know that's not my character. And I know that's how I don't want to be perceived by others. I don't want to be perceived how you're being perceived. Just because you're being mean to me. You get what I'm saying?
I think also another thing, I don't know if this is a good thing or not. Maybe it's a toxic trait for me. For me, if I'm in a space where you're trying to make me feel away, for me, I'm like, babes, I'll make you feel even more uncomfortable than me to show you that we can both play this game. Where
And that's the
if you're trying
thing.
to take it there with me, fine, I'll meet you where you're at. Now it's going to be a situation where at the end of the day, now you end up being more uncomfortable. When you started this whole thing, we could have all just been girls, but now
You've made it
basically
a weird situation.
so I get
I think also a really big thing that I always recommend that women always have in their back pocket is confidence. Because I feel like when you're in spaces and people are trying to come at you and trying to make you feel small, whatever, you just need to stand firm in who you are and remember that you listen, this next babe who's feels like they're trying to make me feel small or make me feel like something that I'm not. She's going through whatever she's going through, but me, I know who I am. So whatever she says about me doesn't need to be what I internalize as who I am. Like, I know who I am, so that's kind of what it is. So I wanted us to touch on the discourse that I've been seeing on TikTok, right?
Okay.
There is a video that I watched that we both watched on TikTok where there was, I sent it to you.
Okay. Hopefully I
The video
remember.
where this lady was speaking. Okay, well, actually, let me first get into Indaba, then we'll touch on the video. But basically, there was a discourse about mean girls happening on the internet, right? And then they were mostly speaking about people who, there's a lot of content that's been going on where people will say things, or maybe they'll be cooking, teaching makeup, whatever the case is, but they're kind of insulting people while they're doing it too, and kind of making it like a thing where, word, like, I can't believe you still can't do your makeup. I can't believe you're still walking around barefaced looking like you said when you go out. Then they go ahead and do whatever they're doing, as opposed to just doing a makeup thing
and keeping
it pushing.
I
think
remember
it's also,
the TikTok.
Yes, it's kind of like pushing a narrative of it's shock value, I guess, and a lot of people find it entertaining, right? Even some people who do hair will do the same thing. People who are in fashion do the same thing. It's in a lot of different industries where we're seeing it more and more, where people are using this tactic of insulting people in order to create some sort of, I don't know if it's funny to people, I don't know if they find it jarring, I don't know what it is, right? And then now when people realize that it's not just a joke, like this is actually how these people are in real life, now people are taking it back. There becomes this whole discourse about mean girls, whereas when the content was there, you guys were laughing, but now when you're figuring out that actually the character of the person is exactly like you guys, I think it's an online persona, but this is how the person is. And it's kind of been enabled a lot by the people who are consuming this content and laughing in the comments and kind of egging on this kind of humiliation of themselves, essentially, because the people are coming for you. Essentially, you are the butt of the joke, but you laughing.
Yeah, essentially, and it's so crazy because I'll be honest, that content of namanje let's front has never resonated with me.
I hate it.
That's what I do.
Quickly.
I scroll quickly because I'm like, why do you have to cook me to teach me how to lay my wig?
And
I don't understand.
Like, it's not even small insults. Like, they're giving you proper insults.
And that's also what do they call it? Not group mentality, mob mentality. Obviously, if 30 or let's say 5,000 people are laughing in the comments, I'm obviously going to keep doing that content. So I think the biggest issue here is, yes, the person themselves that's making the content, but it's also the people in the comments that are egging it on. Because I'm not going to fix my behavior if I don't see anything wrong with it.
If anything, people are going to keep doing it. Because what do you want on TikTok and things like that? People are not getting paid. What they need is engagement. And you guys are giving it to them. So I get shocked when people get confused and be like, oh, but I can't believe so-and-so so mean, or this person's so mean. But it's like, bro, they've been making this type of content for years. And you guys loved it. You were laughing, Begum Nandi. Or when someone else does it, you laugh at it. But then the next person does it, and then, they display mean behavior. Now you're like calling them out. But it's like, you were laughing on that other girl's video yesterday. But then this girl now, who maybe they're not a mean girl, maybe they've just done something, or maybe you've seen a side of them that you haven't seen before. I'm not even taking up for anyone. I'm just saying that maybe they're not a mean girl. But now, because you were laughing on here, now you guys are coming for people here. It's hard to understand what is your stance on mean people.
Yes, it's giving selective outrage.
Yes, that's what it is.
Here it's wrong, but here it's fine. Or when bothers me in this context. Maybe the context is something that has something to do with me directly.
Yeah.
So now you're a mean girl because it upsets me. But when it's something else that doesn't really bother me because maybe I don't really care for wigs and whatever. Now it's funny when you come out with that line of, now it's funny.
Yes.
So I feel like people only are affected by something when
it
directly affects them.
That is so
But when
true.
when it doesn't affect you,
Kumnandi.
but forgetting that someone else did see the same video and was hurt by that.
100%.
But then you're going to see them say, this is a mean video and be like, oh, it's okay. Like, don't worry.
100%. I feel like that's the other thing. I think that's us normalizing bullying in certain contexts and other contexts is not okay. I feel like we need to decide as people, what do we stand on? Do we like bullying?
Yes.
Do we like mean girls or do we not? Because right now it's giving very much like people's politics are skewed. And as you're saying, like when it suits you, it's funny, we can laugh. But when it doesn't suit you or when it's something that directly affects you now all of a sudden it's a big deal. She's such a mean girl. She saw this, she saw that. Why are we like that?
I feel like
don't get it.
It's the same as what people say about cancel culture. It's to say certain things people cancel, certain things people don't cancel.
Yes.
I just feel like, yes, we can say we stand for certain things, but people are quick to sway at the same time.
Yes.
So I guess that's why people say cancel culture is not a real thing. Because
yes, people are very quick to sway. That's the thing. And I just wish that as people also, we should also be cognizant of the type of content that we put out because we also need to be cognizant of the type of things that we are normalizing.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like we need to also, even if it's just a joke, hee kaha, like you know that you're doing it from a jokey POV, you also need to understand that if you keep putting out a certain agenda or a certain type of content, you're trying to normalize it.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to normalize talking people into getting them to know how to do their makeup or to know how to do their hair or to know how to dress or to know how to do whatever. You need to understand that those things are inherently not okay. And if you do that type of content, you're trying to make people think that it's okay as long as I'm doing it just in the context of content or whatever the case is. Or you're trying to make them feel like it's okay in whatever context, which I feel like it's not okay in any.
it's not okay at all. And I feel like
Yes.
the biggest thing which I've noticed on South African TikTok, don't know if there's anything we could do about it, but the level of bullying and meanness in comment sections is so scary to me. I'm like, when did we become such mean people? Is it because you're behind a screen and I can't come and fetch you and beat you up if I want to, so you can say what you want to say? Obviously, negative comments have always been there, but I feel like now more than ever in TikTok comments, it's such a toxic place. Like, you open the comments and they're like, Nikona, and it's for people to bully each other. And I'm like, is it that thing of let's all be miserable together, or it's because you guys don't really know it's me, so it's easy for me to say what I really think? I don't know what it is, but it's really upsetting because now you kind of think twice when you post something because you know one negative comment, people are going to ride on that negative comment, and now it's just a sea of people being mean. So I don't know what it is. Are we miserable as people? But
no,
like,
but do you know what
guys,
I noticed? I feel like a lot of the times it's because people feel like something being funny and laughter and humor goes beyond being mean. So they don't mind to be mean just if they can get a laugh out of it. If that makes sense. Like, people don't mind saying something out of pocket just so they can get some laughs out of it. It's a thing of funukbon, right? It's a thing of wanting attention, if we're being completely honest, because there's no reason for you it's someone who's so far removed from South African stuff.
Literally.
And you guys are commenting that in their comments. So what you're banking on the fact that maybe a South African person is going to open that comment, everyone's going to laugh together. You don't think about anything else other than the fact that a laugh's going to be had.
Yes, and
I
the
feel
attention.
like the attention that you're going to get from people, the likes, the like. I feel like those things, people wanting attention, needs to come lower in the things of on your hierarchy of needs. It needs to come lower. Like, let's also treat people with respect and be kind before we need to be hilarious. You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
Like,
you want to be drunk off attention so bad that there's no limits. Like, when there's no limit, that's when you need to start to look within to be like, do I need this much attention? But I guess it's people that are miserable. And also, some people actually just don't care at the end of the day. Some people are just mean people and don't care about the next person's feelings. So we don't even need to deep it. Like,
yeah, but I think all these things even interconnect. 'Cause even when you go back to community, it goes back to all those things. Like, that's why we can't be there for each other, because other things and ufunukbono and all the other things come before our care for our fellow human. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, all those other things, I feel like people are just putting way above our needs to just be kind, to each other and to show up for each other. So I feel like really and truly we need to do better by Fetu. But also I wanted to touch on how we can as a society call it out, specifically when it comes to mean girls and mean people, because it's not just girls that are mean, if we're being honest.
yeah,
It's
people are mean.
Yeah. How do you feel like we can call it out?
I feel like one, don't let it slide. Like, you have to point it out, like, if it is happening to you, if you can. I don't know.
But it goes, sorry to cut you, but it goes back to the conversation we were having last week. Remember when we were like, that girl had a comment from, it was one of the dilemmas. The girl had received a comment from someone's boyfriend, and then she let it linger and fester. As sometimes you just need to nip shit in the bud.
True.
And it's not easy, but sometimes you do need to be a little bit confrontational to be
true.
like, I'm trying to go. Like,
Yeah, because then it will end there and there. For example, the mean girls at grocery stores, right? It's so much easier for me there when they rude to me to be rude back or be like, and then why are you being off? Because I need to nip it there and there so that she knows, don't be rude to the next person because what you're doing is unnecessary. Pack my groceries, and move on, right? So I feel like we need to carry that out with your fellow friend, your fellow family member, whatever it is, to call out and say, when you speak to a certain person, fix your tone because it can be taken in the wrong context. So I think the main thing is to call it out when it's happening to you or when it's happening to someone else or when someone else is doing it to someone else to say, I don't think you should have said it that way.
Yes.
I think that's like the most important thing. It's uncomfortable, it's awkward, yes, but it's for the greater good.
Yes, I 100% agree. Sometimes we just need to call people out so that they can also internalize things. And also, I believe in the power of embarrassing people sometimes. And so you need to be embarrassed about the fact that why would you say that to me? Or why would you say that to someone else?
Exactly.
Sometimes you need to be embarrassed because I feel like we're not embarrassing them enough. And it should be an embarrassing thing to be rude to someone else. It should.
You're so right. Because why are we accommodating a rude person, a mean person? You're supposed to be, I'm supposed to be accommodated.
Yes. People should be sticking up for me. It's not you who is, you need to be made uncomfortable. We need to build a culture of making mean girls feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're right. And you're so right. Because even when I think of, for example, event spaces, mostly it'll be just us speaking amongst ourselves to say, oh, that girl's being mean, instead of all of us calling the individual out to say, why are you being mean, or making her feel uncomfortable. Why are you being mean to all these girls? It's always, but she gets off and she lives her life at the events and she's fine without knowing that she was actually a mean girl that day.
And made other people feel uncomfortable. So 100% call people out as and when you can.
Embarrass them today.
As you can. And I was also going to say, how do you suggest that we as women make spaces more comfortable for each other?
Be a girl's girl.
100%.
Just be a girl's girl. Yeah. I feel like being a girl's girl is so fun. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a girl's girl, getting along with all the girls, kiki. You're not a superstar because you're the mean one or you're the one sitting with the cool chicks.
Who stand off it. Like, I don't really get along with other girls. I'm really just into guys. I'm mostly just getting along with guys.
I like sitting with guys because they don't have drama.
They don't have drama. Girls just have too much drama for me.
Okay, sit with the niggas. Good for you.
Girl.
Boring. Why do I want to sit with someone testosterone?
Like,
I want to sit with the girlies. So just be a girl's girl. It's so much fun. And also I feel like when you're a girl's girl, it brings so much more positivity into your life because
100%.
Everyone gravitates towards you. Be a girl's girl. Man.
I 100% agree. And I feel like if you're a safe space and you accommodate safe spaces, it's going to be so much easier for you to get into other safe spaces when you're around other women. Because also, I feel like we feed off of each other's energy as women. So once you see another girl's being kind, you're like, damn, give someone a compliment. Someone when she complimented me, I really appreciate that. You just see how a woman's face lights up when she feels like she's in the company of sisters as opposed to her obs.
That's so true, actually, because some girls feel like giving you a compliment takes away from them. You saying I'm beautiful doesn't mean you are ugly.
Like it doesn't
we both
take
beautiful.
anything away
actually,
from
it's not
you.
even when I'm complimenting you. It's not even about me.
That's what I'm saying. It takes nothing away from you to compliment the next person, and you just throw a compliment, be kind, do something crazy, and be nice.
Not even just as girls, as people, just amongst ourselves. Be nice to the next person. Be nice to an older woman. Be nice to a younger girl. Doesn't matter. Just let's be nice as people.
100%. And I feel like I get like some women sometimes feel like they have their guard up when it comes to other women because maybe they've had bad experiences with maybe friends. Maybe some people grew up around women who were not kind to them. So that's why when they get into spaces with women, they kind of like close up and they have their walls up. But like, this is my urge to you that 9 times out of 10, women are better people than you think they are. So it's important to just try your best to give women grace because 9 times out of 10, like, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Yes. Like,
and you will also find your person.
Yes. And like, you'll always find women who will gravitate towards you. That's not to say everyone is going to be nice to you all the time. No. But 100%, like, just give people a chance as well.
Even if you have to kiss even if you have to kiss a few frogs, like they say, to find your prince, but princess in this case, you are going to come across girls that aren't as nice, but eventually you'll land I've palmed that girl. For example, how we met.
Yes.
I've been to plenty of events where the girls weren't as nice, but I kept trying, and then I landed up with a friend who I'm still with today, and we have a fantastic podcast. So just keep pushing, keep trying. Don't let a bad experience put you off trying to like make more friends. Because I know some people will be like, "Oh, guys, making friends is so hard for me because girls are mean." Girls are mean, but you'll find your ZX online.
Yeah, you'll find your Lenzik. I'm 100%.
Yeah.
Don't give up on sisterhood. Don't give up on friendship because I feel like even with our friendship, with our sisterhood, like it's so amazing that you don't want to let the mean experiences or those experiences that you have here and there, even if you have a lot of them, taint what you could have in female friendships. Because I don't want to lie to you, there's quite literally nothing better than sisterhood.
No,
like, there's
we
literally
love
nothing
it.
better. And if you're a mean girl, consider changing and be better.
No,
Being better.
please.
Because being an old woman, you don't want to be those old ladies who are just like super mean and resentful of everything or whatever. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with what energy you put out into the world.
Yes.
If you're mean and you put out bad and negative energy out into the world, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get it back. Just
It's going
saying.
to age you.
It's going to
Be
age
fresh
you.
like sponge.
Be fresh like sponge.
Like, be fresh like sponge.
Okay, guys, we're going to move straight into our dilemmas. Also, with the topic, please let us know what you guys think in the comments. We'd love to engage with you guys. But yeah, we're going to move on to our dilemmas. Let's get straight into it. Okay. Bafazi ngibuyile futhi. Guys, please tell me if ngiyahlanya or wet. But my boyfriend has been extremely guarded with his phone lately, and I've been trying to ignore it. Seems to be quite unsettling for me. Grammar, guys, we're going back to that conversation.
Yeah,
once
damn.
again.
You're going to give them a headache.
You guys, please, okay? So when we started dating, this guy seemed to be completely transparent with me to the point where he even wanted me to know the passcode to his phone, but I refused to memorize it. Silly me. So I've been noticing these past few months that he barely uses his passcode to open his phone when he's next to me, to the point where when his phone is not recognizing his fingerprint, he'll resort to completely putting it away instead of using his passcode because agafuni ngiyibone. This morning when he was getting ready for work, he literally took his phone from under the pillow and went with it into the shower. To me, that was extremely weird. I won't lie. Then in the same afternoon, after he came back from work, we were ordering dinner from his phone and he let me pick the options. So obviously he had to hand his phone over to me. When I tell you that man was refusing to go to shower whilst his phone was unlocked in my hand, I could literally sense him low-key panicking. After ordering, he waited for me to hand over his phone before he could go take his shower. Mind you, whilst I still had his phone in my hand, I could see him staring straight into my eyes the whole time just to see if I was changing tabs on his phone. To top it off, he carries a Samsung and on his notifications bar, I saw a secure locked folder. He lives alone, so what could he possibly be hiding from that phone, and from who exactly? Am I crazy for thinking that he's definitely up to mischief and doesn't want to be caught? Please advise if what I'm suspecting is valid or am I just self-sabotaging my relationship?
Oh, baby girl.
Baby girl, that gut feeling that
Let
you're
me
having.
be the one to tell you.
That gut feeling. It's
Sweet,
right,
sweet,
mamas.
sweet. You're going down.
You're
I don't
going
lie
down,
to
my
you.
queen. Like, it sucks, but you are going down.
Yeah, no. Whatever you're feeling, your gut feeling,
It's
is true.
correct.
Inyan, he's up
It
to
is
something.
true. Yunyan. No, but actually.
He's up to something.
He
I don't
is
lie
up
to you.
to that
Especially
mischief.
because he went from being umuntu open to umuntu closed. Something is up and you need to nip it in the bud ASAP Rocky.
Well, Londoba, if phone eBay point of contention is a problem. You must just know, like, I don't like people who are too closed with their phones because what the
Same.
hell are you hiding?
Exactly. Because who
And it's
said I
not-
want to look through his?
Yes, and that's the thing is I'm actually never trying to go through people's phones. Like,
No.
I'm never trying to do that shit. But at the same time, why are you so cagey? All of a
Exactly.
sudden. No. He's definitely doing something. And my suggestion is actually get in that phone.
You
better
have to
get
find
in
a way
that
to get
phone.
it. But also, I always say, only go through a man's phone if you're willing to leave. If you're not
Yeah,
willing to
true.
leave, you're just hurting yourself to then what?
Yeah,
Sit
very
with
true.
the hurts. So if you're willing to leave him, if he is up to something, go to that phone. If you're not willing to leave, I don't know.
No, I hear you, but the thing is, either way, he's doing stuff. So my
Yeah.
suggestion is find out what it is because do you want to be in that relationship regardless?
Dove.
If he's cheating on
Yeah.
you, phone back.
And if you ask
yeah.
him, he's going to deny it.
Of course he's going to. Because why do
So-
you have a secure lock folder all of a sudden? Explain
Secure
it.
lock folder is crazy.
It's diabolical. So you know exactly what's happening. But for peace of mind, I'm saying get the proof. Get into that phone by any means necessary.
All the best though. Like, now while you're doing it, make sure there's
Prepare
a
your
friend,
heart and
friend
your
on
mind.
standby or something because
Yes.
you're going to see some things.
Yes, and I literally saw someone, I don't know what I was looking at or what the context of it was, but she was saying that she had gone through this person's phone and they were talking about the best methods of going through a mass phone.
The fact that there's methods.
There's best
I'm
methods,
kidding.
Kesana. She was like, you need to go through it on this phone and then be recording on the other phone so that you don't. It was on the Deep It podcast, yes. They were like, you must go through it on the one phone and then record it on the other phone so that you're not actually reading
That
it
is
now. You can go sit down in your own time and read it. I said, you know what? Kind of ate
because
that
now
one.
he's sleeping,
He could wake up at
dreaming,
any point.
and you sitting there, you can't even breathe. But
100%.
you see all this shit. Yeah, no. Save it for later.
Save
with
it
your
for
friend
later.
next to you.
Exactly.
That's
So,
a good piece of advice.
I give you guys a good tip. Do it. Take it or leave it. It's up to you.
Have you been through a man's phone?
I've never done that to me,
Same.
and I will never do it because.
Yes,
Also, to be fair, I've never had an inkling that I'm like, I need to go through this
I
person's
did
phone.
once.
And you didn't do it?
No.
Oh,
no,
that's so fair.
But to be fair, I wanted to, but he became this nigga. Started being.
He started becoming
and I was
cagey.
like, oh, but yeah, Pella after that. So
But the thing is, sometimes when there's a stark difference in behavior, take a hint. Like,
hello,
take that hint.
take that
he,
hint.
He is cheating.
I'm so scared to go through a man's phone because I know not only will I see what I'm looking for, I feel like I'll see even more.
That's the thing, Jomi. Even something that, like, you'll start seeing things that aren't even there sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Like, maybe something is said maybe in jest, but now you're going to take it personally because you've seen it through the phone. That's why I don't want to do it unless
You
I
don't
really
think, I
have
know.
a reason to be
Yeah.
like, okay, this nigga is cheating on me, but I need to have proof before I confront him.
Yes.
And Nakona, to be fair, that's why I feel like you should just do it because no one is saying you have to leave after, but just do it.
Yeah. And if you stay,
It's
all
up
the
to you,
best.
but
Yeah,
like,
yes, judge.
but do it. Do you get what I'm saying? I will judge you slightly, but at the end of the day, who is ZX online?
Literally,
Who's this
Zix is not
online?
getting that nigga.
Literally.
So.
And ZX is not in my real life, so who cares
Yeah.
what she thinks? But anyways, guys, next dilemma. Hey, besties, I hope you're doing well. I have a big dilemma. I'll start off by giving them names. Cousin number 1 is Olivia. Cousin number 2 is Betty. And the last one is Mary. Okay? All right. We all grew up really close. We were raised in a family that advocates for making family your friends because they can never do no wrong, or rather can never leave you. Can they do you no wrong? And can they never leave you?
I'm like,
Tell me, can they never do you no wrong and never leave you? Like, okay. Next says, so I met this one guy a few years back and I introduced him to them individually. So it's safe to say they all built their own relationship with the guy. Olivia was one who took that all too serious. After my ex and I broke up, terrible breakup, I tell you, Olivia grew close to him. I wasn't comfortable with it at first, so I voiced it out, but it went through deaf ears and I was told that it's not my place because they are now friends. So I let it go and asked them my name should never be a topic since I cannot control what they do. For some reason, I always get the sense to invade her privacy. I always get the sense to invade her privacy and go through her phone and see what they say about me. After all, that is my ex. I know it's wrong, but one day she forgot her phone with me and we had traveled in separate cars, so I had all the time in the world. I went through it and lo and behold, I found things that would break my heart. They have been bad-mouthing me, dragging my name through the dirt. She called me selfish, he co-signed, he even called me evil, and she co-signed. I work really hard for my things. I don't have parents anymore, and that means I don't have financial support. Luckily, my mother's passing. We sold our family home, so I ran in a large sum of money, which selfishly I spent on myself and everyone that was around me, Olivia and Betty included. One day, I apparently made Mary feel small. All of us weren't working at the same time. We had gone out, and my ex gave me money, which I spent on her. I was wrong to give her a spending limit when she didn't have money. I was wrong when Olivia asked me to go out with her and then she suggested we go to Total Ninja, which she wasn't dressed appropriately for, and I suggested to buy her tights at Adidas and pay for her at Total Ninja. All this I found out now when it's years and months of experience, only to find out Betty, who I was closest to, knew it all and kept everything a secret. I guess that everyone was speaking about her. Now that I know all of this, what must I do? This is very sad and I've summarized a lot. Thank you.
Dove.
That's what I'm saying. Your parents said that family can't do you wrong. Here your
And
family is
they've
doing
done
you
you
wrong.
so wrong. They lied. What is she asking advice for? What to do?
I think she wants to know what she should
Like
do.
how she navigates
Yes.
it. And they are cousins.
Yes, they're cousins.
So
Say,
now-
what must she do? Her question was, what must she do?
What should she do? Because it's cousins. First of all, I think you should tell them, because I would, because it's family. Unfortunately, I think you should tell them that you are aware that they're talking about you, because you don't want to walk on eggshells around them. But at the same time, I think you should keep them at arm's length and forget about you guys being close, because it's just not going to be the same anymore. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'd say. With family, it's always tricky.
That's my thing as well, because even as much as like your family were trying to build that environment, the reality of the situation is sometimes your family is going to do fucked up shit to you. Unfortunately, like it does happen. Like it does
does.
still happen. And so that's why it's good to teach that thing of, be sisters or whatever. But that doesn't mean now if people do bad things to you that now you should take BS, because all in the name of what, just family.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because if we're being honest, what was the reason for her to continue being friends with your ex? Because she literally met this guy through you. Do you get what I'm saying? You literally met through me. So really and truly, there's no reason for you guys to become closer now that we've broken up. Also, considering we had a terrible breakup, there's no need for that to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? So good and well, you guys kept the relationship, but now to take it as far as to be bad-mouthing me to someone that I once was in love with is sick. And I feel like it's a very intentional way to hurt me type of thing. So I feel like I agree with Lanzi, arm's length AF, and I would tell them that, listen, I went through your phone, sorry, but like I had to at the end of the day. I had to.
I'm not wrong because of what I found.
Yeah, and the things I suspected were true. So at the end of the day, you can't gaslight me into thinking something that isn't it. Like you guys are, or rather the one cousin Olivia is talking smack about you. And personally for me, I wouldn't want that cousin in my life.
Exactly. And it's almost like, whichever cousin it is prioritizing the ex more than she is
That's
you. That's
exactly what it is.
Which is kind of insane. So she's basically told you where you like rank in her life. So stay there and respect it, because she don't respect you.
100%. Agree. Next one says, hey queens, huge fan here. I'm 18 years old, I'm in high school, and recently I've reached a point in my life where I'm done with people's opinions on how I live my life and how dim my walk with Christ was. So I decided to distance myself from the world and work on myself and work on bettering myself, my education, growth, financial literacy, my faith, etc. So now I've reached the point where I'm growing as a person and I changed as a person. I no longer like or act the same way, I think she's trying to say, that I used to. But I have this guilty feeling that I need to explain myself to people I used to surround myself with on how I no longer want to do certain things, how I've changed, and how I now want more of a small, close group of friends who are interested in God, centered friendships, and cute book coffee dates, as well as growing as a person. I know I'm young and should experience things. However, I feel more myself in this peaceful life I have entered. Should I explain myself to them? Sorry, this message is a bit long, but I thank you in advance for the help. XOXO, love you loads, queens, and have a blessed day.
Love you, queen. Love you loads. You're so young.
So young. So only about 18 jokes.
What should she do? No, I don't think you need to explain yourself to them. I think, what can I say? Be yourself, especially because she seems very dead set on, she wants to go on this journey. She's very comfortable in it. She's young and should experience life, which I like that she said that, but she's very happy with the peaceful, wholesome life that she's chosen. And I don't think she should be bullied out of that. So I think just be yourself, keep at that, and your vibe will attract your tribe. You will end up with people that understand you. I think she did mention that she has friends that, did she not?
I think
but
so.
If she didn't,
she said she's
you
more
will.
interested in that.
Yeah, but I think if there are people that are supportive of your journey and the type of person that you are now, stick with them. You'll have friends that will gravitate towards the type of person that you are. You don't need to please others. You don't need to explain yourself to others. You guys are different. You are going to be different, especially at that high school 18 parts where you guys are kind of deciding the type of people that you are. Some people are the party girls, some people are the wholesome girls. Stick to who you are and don't sway. You don't have to force yourself. You don't have to force people to understand you. If they want to understand you, they will. They'll take it upon themselves to be like, you know what, my friend is more into this, so I'll respect that. I won't force her into my lifestyle. And if they're not willing to do that, that's also fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not more so that I would say you should explain yourself to them, but I think it's okay for you to communicate to your friends if you were living a certain lifestyle before and now you've deciding that, you know what, I want to leave this world behind or this lifestyle behind and I want to, live my life like this. I think there's nothing wrong with explaining that to your friends, just to be like, hey, this is what I'm choosing to do now. I'm not really trying to do the things that we used to do before. Maybe there's a certain way that I don't want to speak anymore, behave, whatever the case, place that I don't want to go to anymore. And if you are happy with that, cool. But if you're not, then don't mind me. I'm just going to keep doing my thing on my own lane and in my own path. So I think there's nothing wrong with kind of just explaining that to your friends, because you also don't want to get to a place where you haven't, it's kind of giving you looking down on your friends because now they're in that old lifestyle that you're not in anymore. And it's like, oh, now I can't speak to you anymore. I'm not going to explain anything to you. You guys are not on my level. You guys are not, No. I think it's important for you to just be like, you know what, this is just not even explaining, but rather just communicating that this is how I'm choosing to navigate my life now. So I would really appreciate it if you guys respect that. And if that is not something that you are trying to do or be associated with, good and well, we can separate here and live our own lives and be on our own journeys. But yeah, I feel like you seem like a person who's very sure of themselves and what you want to do. So you should just stick to your guns and don't let the old stuff you're doing in the past sway you from what you want to be and who you want to be now. Because I think it's fine. You can change your mind. If you used to be a party girl, now you want to change and be more wholesome and follow Christ and do wholesome dates. That's perfectly okay. Like that's fine. But yeah, you shouldn't let those other things shame you into not living the life you want to live now.
I agree. Be yourself. Do what you want to do. And also, again, because I love that she's young and she's very set in what she wants to do. So no one's going to sway you.
Yeah,
So
it's very good to be sure of yourself as
It
soon
is.
as possible. Especially as a girl. Because I feel
Yeah.
like it's easy to get lost in the source of things. So it's good to be like, these are my values, this is what I'm sticking to, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm not doing. Good.
And the girls that get it will get
We'll
it.
get it.
Moving on to music, this is where we tell you guys what we're listening to, what the boosties are listening to. We have a playlist on Apple as well as Spotify. ZX, what are you listening to this week?
Oh, this week I'm listening to Shela, Sam Deep, Neapol, Buche, and Nano. Love that song.
Love Sam Deep.
Oh no,
Might
I
I
literally
add.
love it so much. Like literally, Neapol's voice, love it
To
so
me,
much. I'm
I love
obsessed with
her.
the
Down.
So yeah, that's my song of the week. Shela, Pehila, Saza,
Boosties are
Liga.
putting in more music
it putting in?
suggestions. First and foremost, we have a little Gqom song. I said, you know what,
Gqom
Boostie,
therapy,
as
son.
a Durban girl, Mbambi. Gqom therapy. She's
Gqom
listening
therapy.
to Project X by Silo 88. If you're into Gqom, please, in your car,
Cheers.
anywhere, put it on the speakers.
Is it
It's
like
such a good
Durban
song.
Gqom vibes?
Like that all sounds the same to me. Yeah.
Okay.
But Imnant, I don't know. People that don't like Gqom are going to hate it though, of course.
Then don't even say Mamela, son.
Don't listen
even.
to it if you're not into Gqom like that. But the
I
Gqom
like Cape Town
girlies,
Gqom though. Durban Gqom is like some hectic stuff.
see, and I get that.
Yeah,
I
Durban
do
Gqom
get
is
that.
kinda
But
hectic.
that's Eat my shade.
Show me well and good. The Durban girls love it, and I love that for you guys.
Which maybe because we're intense ourselves. Hey, but I'm listening to personally. Masego finally released. I feel like he's been slacking lately.
Really?
Yeah,
I
he
love
did.
that.
He released a song called Unhinged. Super nice, super cute. If you love Masego's vibe, love you loads. So he's back on the
lovely.
scene. So yeah.
I'm excited to listen to that one. Guys, don't forget to comment down your music suggestions in the comments. We want to see what you guys are listening to this week as well. But thank you so much to you guys for making it this far. Unfortunately, it is that time of the episode where we've got to say goodbye. But please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys are watching us on YouTube. If you guys are listening to us on Apple Podcast or on Spotify, what is good, cuties?
Hey.
Don't forget to give us 5 stars. Don't forget to comment as well. We'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on today's episode. And just as per usual, we will see you guys same time, same place next week.
Bye.
Bye.